somebody. You don't want to know how it feels like to hold some little hand. You know, when I was coming up as young, we used to hold some pinky. When we thought they were doing something, we were doing pinky. Yeah, when I was coming up, that's been a long time. All right, ago. But there's nothing new under the sun. And what you're doing, we already done. Sneaking in the house, while mom and dad may be at work, sneaking them in the house, skipping school and bringing them to the house. We already done that. Jumping out the window when somebody come, we already done that. There's nothing new. You ain't creating no new way of doing things. Lord, help me. Young folks. I love the young folks, I really do, and they are something to watch because they think that you just old and silly. And there's something to watch. And I said, listen, I said, I'm going to teach I'm talking to youth as well, but the oldest women, because sometime in the church, the older women, can I say that out loud? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say it out loud. The older women sometimes it's overbearing, and they just think they just know it all. Yeah, I said it. Listen, you don't know everything because if you did, you'd be with God. There's some things you don't know. And when the youth come in, the young women, they come in and they've been hurt, they've been abused, they've been neglected, they've been let down, and all these things. You got to come in with this, you're supposed to teach them in the way that they should go. Yes. Let me say it like this. Teach them as if it was you in their place. Talk to them like if you was in their place and somebody was talking to you, giving you that same advice that you're about to give. It'll teach you how to talk to somebody and not get all bent out of shape behind something that you have no control over. I have no control over my daughter. I have limited control. They belong to God. I can tell them, wash the dishes, clean the house. Don't talk to the boy. Don't touch the boy. Don't kiss the boys. I can tell them all that. But it ain't in my sight. I ain't crazy about no me. I done some things when my mama wasn't looking. I ain't always been saved. I ain't always been saved. And I done some things when they wasn't looking.
That's right. That's right. Tell it.
So don't tell me what your child won't do because some of y'all got this concept that because you in the church, they in the church.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pastor. I know better. I got 6 kids. I know better. Them pastors in the church don't mean they in the church, but they gonna respect the house as long as they're in the house.
Go ahead.
Now that's a different level. You gotta respect the house, but yet. I know when you hit that door, you're capable of doing anything outside that door. So I don't put nothing past none of my kids. I said, they children, and I know better. All right. So our older women, and I'll get to the older men and young men in a minute. I like to do a bunch of ladies in here. We're supposed to take them and nurture them and say, listen, baby, this is what's going to happen to you. Maybe they don't have a mother at home or somebody who cares about them like that. Maybe their mother's a prostitute. Maybe she's on drugs. Hey, whatever it may be, you supposed to take them in and say, listen, this is what can happen to you if you don't slow your roll.
All right now.
Sometimes you have to go to the extreme, show them pictures. Listen, this is what happens to people who don't use protection, who's not ready for that level of. Because we're losing our youth. Sometimes they say we're losing our youth to the street, but it's not that. We're losing our youth to the knowledge they don't have. They don't have the knowledge. And we're putting them out there, and we're not giving them the knowledge to combat against the enemy. We're not telling them how to fight the enemy, how to look for out. I know in the Lord will deliver church. I said, listen, I know some of the men be mad at me because I tell the game. I speak the game. You know, I used to be I used to be in the game. So when a man comes, I know, oh, baby, I'm going to tell you, this is what he's going to say to you. I already know what he's going to tell you, and I know your response already. I'm going to get you ahead of the game so you can beat the game. Hello, somebody. You got to tell our young women about the game. How they going to try to smooth talk you. How they going to try to buy your love and try to do it. And once they get it, they want to throw you to the curb and act like they never knew you. Don't want you calling them. Don't want you talking to them. And then here you come crying to your parents. Why are you doing me like that? I told you what he was going to do when and just like God, we disobey him at times, and we do things out of the word of God, and then we come and, Lord, why the enemy beating me? I told you what was going to happen when you step outside of my realm. But come on back in here. I still love you. Come on back in here. I'm still going to hold you. Come on. Let me clean you up. Let me wash you. Let me get your mind back together. And when we get them back together, here they go again, looking at some other young. And you look at yourself, listen, I just put in some work to get you healed, and yet you want to jump right back, and you're looking at like, really? Really? You want to do this, really? Did we just come out of this conversation? But I love him, Daddy, and I want to be with him. He want to be with me, and you know all the good things they tell you women. You know women that eat some good. When they eat it up. They say, oh, you're so beautiful today. Oh, and you know when a man really wants you, he'll notice the finer detail about you. Not the body wise, but you change your hair color. You got some earrings on. You got a little makeup on today. Oh, you got some new shoes on. They notice things of that nature, and they compliment you in that area. And all along, they're just feeding you, until they get their hook in you. And when they get their hook in you, I don't care what mama say, I don't care what daddy say, I love him. We're going to be together forever. How many had their first love? Are you still with that first love? You know that first love you brought home, you said, this is the one. You brought and told mom and dad, this is the I want you to meet my parents, this is the one, mama. Somehow you say, Lord, this is not going to work. You don't want to hurt your baby feeling, but baby, that's not the one. That's not the one for you, baby. I'm sorry, but he's not the one. I know that joker. He's not the one. I see that spirit. You blind by some love, but I see the real him. And he's not the one for you. Or she's not the one for you. Oh no, baby. She's been around the block a couple times, son. You don't need that one right there. You come on, let daddy tell you, because sometimes we deal with our women, but sometimes we got to deal with our boys too. Because our boys is in the same situation. We think because they can get somebody pregnant, it's all right. He's a stud. You know how. You know how we say our boys are players because you got more than one woman. But our girls are harlots and prostitutes if they got more than one man. Double standard. Double standard. It's a double standard. And we have to treat our boys the same thing. If you get someone pregnant, it's time for you to get a job. You can't run the street no more. It's time for you to work and take care of that child. Oh no, it's not in my part. I did my job. I raised you. And you thought you were man enough to step outside and get you a woman and get her pregnant where you're going to take care of that? Hey man, ain't no more video games. Ain't no more than I'm saying. Ain't no money. Because pepper costs money. Similar costs money. You don't understand what you just done. You don't open up a door. You open up Pandora's box, and you can't shut it back. So you better get ready, get prepared, because there's another mouth coming, and you cannot feed it. It must be fed. You got to take care of it. You must change it. You must buy a shoe, and it's growing out 3 weeks, and you got to buy some more shoes, some more clothes, and you got to keep on and keep it on and keep it on and keep it on and keep it on until they get 18. Oh, help me. And some will go past 18. Some go on into college, and then you got to carry them, and you made one decision that you said you love them. You laid down with I know we're in the church, but they got the misconception that if they're in a relation and they come out before they finish the relation, that the girl won't get pregnant. Some have a misconception that you can't get pregnant on your first child.
Yes, you can.
But let me help you out, young folks. You can get pregnant on your first time. Only safe sex is no sex. I said again, the only safe sex is no sex. I don't trust condoms. Condoms can break. I told my daughters now, man. I tell them, I said, I'm not buying no rubbers, and I'm not getting you on no birth control. If you think you old enough to you ready for that life, then go ahead. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I understand. I have 2 children, and my wife was on birth control with 2 children. So I understand that. That don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. When God wants something done, ain't going to get. Some men sin go before, and some fall after. So I understand my young folks. They say you are the future for tomorrow, but if you don't make it to tomorrow, then we have no future. That's what you're saying?
All right now.
We have to teach our young people that it's a time and a place for everything. The older women shall teach the young women how to be chaste and discreet and keep of their own men. But he said, love of their own husband. You see what it says there? It said, of their own husband. Not many husbands, but their own husband. And the older men have to teach the younger men how to be real men. A real man don't sleep with 10 women during the month. That's not a real man. A real man respects the woman. And you want to know how a real man will be, a woman will be, go home with them one day and sit and watch them how they talk to their mother. You want to see how they're going to treat you. Go home and see how they treat their mother. And you want to know what kind of woman you really got. Go home and see how they talk to their daddy. Do they respect their daddy? Do they obey their father? Because so many times we get a hold to something that we thought we wanted, but we really didn't want it, and it came a surprise to us when we said I do. Somehow the cover came off, and somehow the real them showed up, and you said I do. It's all right to put your fake stuff on, because some of the time people are putting their mask on when they're dating you and when they want you, but once they get you, the real them will stand up and they show you what you really think you really wanted. And what I really found out in this time of day, that the young folk really don't know what they want. They say something, but they really don't know what they want. Because one day they want Johnny, and tomorrow they want Luke. And after Luke for 2 weeks, they want Bobby. And after Bobby for 2 weeks, they want Charlie. Some kind of way, they don't know they really, Charlie is skinny, Bobby was healthy, and Ricky was muscles. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. So you got to understand, your parents are there for a reason. They have insight, hindsight, 2020, because they've been down that road before, and they know the signs, they know what to look for. And if you just listen to them, take half of the advice, you'll be a better person tomorrow than you was today. Young folks. Well, my time is concluded, young folks, and hopefully you understand that don't let nobody pressure you into relation. Take your time. If it's meant to be, God gonna hold you till you get married.
Yes, He will.
You just don't have to do it. That's what I leave with you, because so many times we don't want to talk about that to our young folks. We'll preach fire and brimstone. You're going to hell for that, and you're going to hell for that. And I teach about church, and you give them a way to escape. You don't condemn nobody to hell. You say, if you don't repent, you're going to hell. And that's the truth. But give them a way to escape. Mentor the young folks. I know some of them are like, ooh, if you want, you can choke them down. You can choke them down. But But we can't choke them down no longer. I've been down that road, and you can't choke them down, because the more you choke them, the more they're going to rebel anyway. And I ain't telling you don't whoop your child. That ain't what I said either. But don't go out and say, the pastor said don't whoop us. I didn't tell your mom and dad don't whoop you. Don't use them that. Whoop them. You know, whoop them in the right way. Don't be beating them all across their heads and their back. Y'all, they said, well, we did. Y'all got them kind of beat. Y'all turned out, no. It's a way. God made that backside soft for a reason. Go ahead. You notice how many soft points you got? That's the softest point. He made it soft for a reason. He hit you there. So use your wisdom. Use wisdom when you discipline your children. Just don't beat them because they're yours, per se. Because I learned one thing, that our children belong to God. Have you ever noticed that God never said, I'm the grandfather of any? He said, I'm the father of all. Yeah. All right. He's the grandfather. He ain't got no grandkids. All of us are the kids of the king. Amen. May God have blessed to your ears and the doors of his word. Amen. Amen.